Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The Fair Witch of Foxe Hollер by Ellen Pauley Goff. The Fair Witch of Foxe Hollер is a cozy romantic fantasy set in a fictional small town in rural Kentucky, the titular Foxe Holler. As longtime viewers of Bar Cart Bookshelf know, I have a great passion for speculative fiction, fantasy, science fiction set here in my home state of Kentucky. We've seen authors here on Bar Cart Bookshelf like Christopher Rowe, Elizabeth Kilcoyne, Lee Mandello, Alex Harrow, and now Ellen Pauley Goff, who has created a frothy confection of a wonderful little sweet summer treat here for us. It is the story of Miss Honey Frost, who is the fair witch for her town of Foxe Holler. She is a baking witch, and she bakes cures into her recipes. So we get all of these really wonderful, lush descriptions of good Southern food and good, specifically Kentucky food as well. I really can't say I've ever read a book that features Majescas, which is one of my absolute favorite candies, and so that was a real treat to see. And so Honey finds herself at this crossroads. Her mother is ill, suffering from some incurable magical degenerative disease, and she's been called up to the mysterious warlock's farmhouse up outside of town to minister to an illness that he's having. And from there we get drawn into these mysteries of the sorts of secrets that small towns keep, and the weight of history that we find too difficult to bear for our own. And in the midst of that, we have this burgeoning feeling of sentimentality and love between Honey and the warlock. Really wonderful, sprawling cast of supporting characters as well, big mysteries, and again, such wonderful, lush descriptions of food that feels so very close to home, and what a treat that is. It's just very much a story that we get to hear a lot, but that we seldom get to see in our hometowns and in our backyards. And so there's a real special treat in that as a Kentuckian. And I think it's going to be a wonderful way that a lot of folks will get a first little taste of our Commonwealth here, and a chance that I hope they will take to come and visit us here in Louisville, in Lexington, in eastern Kentucky and western Kentucky, in all parts of the Commonwealth, to really see just how wonderful we are here in the Commonwealth. And so, of course, we had to have a drink. Our drink today is the Frost Julep. The mint julep, one of those iconic Kentucky drinks. We're going to have a little riff on that, inspired by Honey and her warlock. And we're going to start with some fresh herbs. We've got these wonderful garden herbs that appear throughout the novel, and so we're going to start with some basil and some thyme. We'll set some of this aside because we're going to use it as our garnish, but we want to get a nice couple sprigs of basil and thyme down into a julep cup. Now, this is one of our oldest styles of cocktail. It is a classic. It's perfect for these hot days. You know, a lot of this book sets place in early summer and sort of late spring, but it really just feels so wonderful here in July when we're thinking about fresh sweet corn and tomatoes and those wonderful herbs that have been just baked in the sun in the garden, like this basil and thyme coming right out of my own garden. So we're going to get some basil, some thyme, a couple of sprigs down into a julep cup, nice frosty, freezy like that. We're going to take our muddler and give that a muddle. We're going to do some nice, gentle pressing there, not too aggressive. You always want to find a smooth-topped muddler because when you find one with teeth that's going to be more aggressive on your herbs, you're going to get some bitter compounds with those. So nice, smooth, and as you can see, gentle motions here, just to express those oils, those wonderful herbaceous qualities of our basil and thyme. And to that, we will add a bit of crushed ice. Fantastic, fantastic. Lovely, lovely. Just get that topped up. You don't want to top it all the way up because we're still going to be adding our liquid ingredients, and we'll top that with some more crushed ice at the end as well. So, for our cocktail, we will add 3/4 of an ounce of honey syrup. This is made 2 parts honey, 1 part water. With a name like Honey Frost, of course, we're getting some beautiful honey syrup in there. And it's going to be rich, like buzzing bees, and just really that lovely, deep, high summer feeling that we're all seeking here in July. And it wouldn't be a Kentucky cocktail without some Kentucky bourbon. We're going to get 2 ounces of bourbon into our Frost Julep. I'm using the Agitator bourbon today. Lovely. Perfect. Oh, meant to be like Fair Witch magic. Oh, a little spill. Never hurt anyone. Agitator bourbon, it works really well in cocktails. It's one that I've loved here on Bar Cart Bookshelf for a long time. And as honey proves to be in the lives of the warlock and his household, a little agitation is sometimes just exactly what we need to find the things we really want. We're going to take that and give that a nice stir just to get our herbal flavors and our honey and bourbon all together. Oh, it smells so wonderful. That sweet corn of the bourbon and the richness of the honey and the beautiful herbaceous quality of the basil and the thyme. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. So, we've got that mixed together. Give it another topping of crushed ice so it is just perfectly frosty, freezy, and oh so refreshing. Lovely, lovely. It doesn't get much better than a nice frosty, freezy julep on a hot day. Use our muddler to break that ice up even more. Perfect. So you can see I've got a stainless steel straw in here. And we'll finish off with a garnish of a sprig of basil and a couple sprigs of thyme, like so. Perfect. And so there you have it. This is the Frost Julep, inspired by The Fair Witch of Foxe Holler by Ellen Pauley Goff. The Fair Witch of Foxe Holler is available today. A huge thank you to the publisher, Saga Press, for sending me an advance copy so that we could celebrate this book on its release day. I'm so excited for it to find readers out there among all of you. I've got a link to snag it in the description down below, as well as a link to purchase my book, Cocktails and Consoles, 75 Cocktails and Mocktails to level up your game night. We've got some great Kentucky games in there, from the OG Colossal Cave Adventure with a mint julep riff of its own, to Kentucky Route Zero with my special twist on a bourbon slush. You can check those out. We've also got a link to purchase Shatter the Sun, Queer Tales of Untold Adventures, the latest anthology from friend of the pod, Small Press Neon Hemlock. I've got a short story in that, The Peacock Wizard and the Cave of the Serpent Queen. Check it out. I think you're really going to dig it. We've got links to various forms of social media, including Blue Sky and Instagram, where there's always a written version of today's recipe. Try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button. It makes me so, so happy when you do. Subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss an episode. Got some really great books that we're going to be talking about here through the rest of July into August, September, all year long, and I can't wait to share them with all of you. And until next time, cheers.